magical. I mean, she'd say everything you want to dream away. We are legends every day. That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me, she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. And I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. I feel my heart beating. You make me feel like I'm alive again. Not in this way. I'm a dreamer, die by light of day. Gonna hold up half the sky and say, only I own it. And I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Turn your magic on. And she'd say everything you want to dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape.
Oh boy, we're live. Joy. Tremendous day it's been. Hope everyone is well. Happy hump day. Happy humpeth day. Just did my Costco haul. Organic pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed butter, avocado, oil, mayonnaise, and whole fresh chicken. I was going to get the rotisserie chicken, but the emulsifiers and dextrose. Yeah. Sounds like a good haul. Sounds like a good haul. I did a big old haul last week. I should be pretty set for the next 2 to 3 weeks here. Grabbed a lot of pork on my last haul, but it is what it is. Made for a good breakfast this morning. Hopefully it continues to make for good breakfast because I have a lot of pork to get through. I got pork shoulder, I got chops, I got bacon, I got ribs, I got all sorts of pork on my last one. But it's going to be my last round with pork for a little while because as soon as this grocery haul is over, I have decided I'm going back on Lion for a little while. Time to do a bit more Lion diet. We're going to do a bunch of Lion again just because I feel good and man, it really gives me an advantage in the weight loss. So we're definitely going to be doing that soon. Very interesting day. I use interesting very lightly there. I did receive the results of my MRI this morning. I've kind of been sitting here just reading them and trying to figure out what to do because it's not good. It's not good. It was a very, very bad MRI. In fact, far worse than even I was expecting. I was expecting pretty bad. This is even worse than that. So I will read the results of that here shortly. We got some Guga to look at. We got some other stuff. It is going to be a short stream today as well. Once you hear this MRI, I'm struggling today. I'm struggling today mentally after the results of this test. Waiting to hear from the actual doctor himself. Hopefully that'll be in the next day or two. But this is bad. This is bad news, Bears. I don't know what my options are right now. I'm going to have to wait to hear from the doctor to find out the actual options. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out and keep pushing forward. It's all I can really do. But probably some rough stuff coming up here. Some rough stuff. Hopefully it's not going to affect the weight loss too much. Really been dialing in meals here the last couple days. I have been working with a keto coach. I've been working with a keto coach in the background daily, just kind of reviewing my food logs every day, time adjustments, saunas, all sorts of stuff. Really been dialing stuff in here. When was my last MRI? My last MRI on my right knee was probably a year ago, close to a year ago. Yeah, it was about a year ago. The one a year ago showed very minimal stuff. It showed that I had just the start of some arthritis right behind my kneecap. It really didn't look too bad, and I was absolutely bewildered when I saw the results today. Absolutely sidelined. I did not see this coming. It's bad. It's really bad. You'll understand when I'll like I said, I'll read the results of the MRI. I'm, again, not an orthopedic professional by any means, so, I mean, maybe this is not be as bad as I think, but it reads pretty bad. Again, I have not heard from the doctor yet, so I'm really not getting too bent out of shape until I hear from the doctor and kind of figure out what's going on. But, yeah, apparently the last year on this right knee has been even worse than I had suspected. So I'm not saying life over. Pretty fucking close, though. pretty fucking close. And I don't know what to do about it. I'm still just kind of in a mental block right now. Again, like I said, this will be a nice short stream because I need to figure out what's going on here. Let's see. All right, we got some Guga to look at. We're gonna take a look at Guga first. Guga's got a video on a new ingredient for steaks, it appears, so we're going to check that out real quick. Then after that, we will read the MRI, and I will try not to get emotional. I will do my best to compose my emotions for the day, but I digress. We'll carry on. All right, let's leave it to Guga. See what happens.
This is shilajit. It is a black-like substance straight from the Himalayas mountain, and people are risking their lives to get it. If you take a wrong step, it's a 15,000-foot drop straight to your death. Now you got me thinking, why are people obsessed about this thing nowadays? And it is said that it even gives you potency, if you know what I mean.
Appreciate that, Shepard. Appreciate that.
It's also said that it can improve your life.
Is what it is at this point.
Way,
I mean, I'm just kind of along for the ride, but it's
make everything better. What?
I don't know.
If that's the case,
and it's coming.
Then it shall
it's coming right at the time where I'm trying to go back to work too, and it's. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to land a sweet gig, and I'm immediately going to have to take 6 weeks off for surgery and lose
incredible stakes.
Surgery if I'm lucky.
Talking about
surgery if I'm lucky. There's another thing that's in contention here for what they're going to have to do, and I don't want to do it
today.
I've never seen anyone. I've never met anyone who's had a successful knee replacement. I have never met anyone who had a knee replacement where it didn't ruin their life, completely destroy their life. And I have a feeling that's what I'm about to be told.
We'll find out.
So,
this is unlike any other ingredient I've ever used before. Most of the times the ingredients that I use
what do you figure that little jar costs?
Are known, unlike this one. Now what exactly is it? It doesn't start as a rock. It starts as an ancient plant. Over centuries, nature transformed it into a black resin. It is found deep inside the cracks of the mountains, protected from rain and snow. Only small amounts can be collected at a time. Now shilajit isn't ready to use right off the mountain. It has to be cleaned, filtered, and purified. That's why
that does look like tar, doesn't it, Caroline?
Now I'll be honest with you. The smell is powerful.
Oh, I'd love to, Shepard. I'd love to talk to Sean Baker about it. The problem is you don't just get a hold of Sean Baker. Unfortunately, that's far easier said than done. It does just look like pure. It looks like 5W30. That's like 5W30 motor oil. It's got about that consistency
chemical,
to
but
it.
it's supposed to give you a lot of health benefits. I got myself 3 versions of Shilajit. Here we have the gummy. It is now extremely popular throughout TikTok and social media because of all its health benefits. Now this is what most people cannot get, the actual raw form, and honestly the one that surprised me the most, because just wait for you to see what happens when you put it on steaks. Lastly, the one you saw previously.
All right, I'm very curious how much that jar costs. Hold on. Oh, that's nowhere. That's literally nowhere near as bad as I thought. That jar right there, I mean, it's expensive. For that small jar, it's like 30, not 40 bucks.
Which is kind of like an extremely thick syrup. Now, while I was researching Shilajit, I found something that completely caught me off guard. This molasses. At first glance, they look almost identical. One comes from Asian mountain resin, and the other one comes from the grocery store. And that completely changed its experiment.
When a person looks at that and said, hey, let's eat that, Himalayans apparently. Apparently Himalayans looked at that and said, ooh, that
and here's
looks
how
good.
this insane experiment started.
Man, them black rocks on the side of the mountain look really tasty. We should go up and harvest some of those.
They are 2.5 inches thick, choice grade with good marbling, straight from Riverbed Ranch, and it was previously aged for 21 days. For the very first steak, I went with the molasses. The smell of this is
20, 30 alternative options.
The best
wait till you see how this MRI
reads.
reads. I don't see a lot of options
honestly,
in my
most
future,
people would love this smell. There's only one thing that I worry about.
In fact, I'm
Will
in
it
the
make my
spot
steak
now. I'm
too
watching
sweet?
my
Because
entire
molasses
future
also
disappear
is
because
slightly
of this.
bitter. So my hopes is that the umami flavor
what I
will
would call
infuse
abundant.
into the steak without making it too sweet. We'll find out
This is
shortly.
like game
'Cause
over
next,
shit.
it was time
Yeah,
for
it's
the
been way
pure
worse lately.
Shilajit.
Way
As you
worse.
can
This
clearly
is like
see,
game
it
over
starts
type
as a
shit,
rock,
dude.
but some way, somehow, as soon as it touches the steak, it starts dissolving, and after a little while, it almost becomes a paste. I think the
Interesting.
protein
That's
of
wild,
the
it's
meat is
dissolving
doing
like that.
something to it. Next, I grabbed the other version of Shilajit, and I went for it. This one is slightly more spreadable. I think they reduce it down with water or something. That's what I originally thought. But friends, once it's mixed with several different ingredients, I was shocked to what it actually was, because you have to read the caption.
Oh, cow urine.
That was
Cow
not
urine.
something
What's going
I
on, Simple?
expected.
How are you?
It goes to show
How's your
you,
hump day?
read the captions. Because when I originally watched the video from Business Insider, I missed that. So yeah, this type of Shilajit contains something that most people would not find appetizing. Now I wanted you guys to experience our true reaction when we tasted it. This was one of those experiments that we were
I'm
not
really
ready
curious
for,
how this is gonna
because
turn
once
out.
all of my steaks
There should
were
be laws
completely
against ruining
covered
meat that
into
way.
my
I don't know. I'm
Challenger to
curious. It
go
might turn
for
out
an
all right.
entire
It might turn
week.
out all right. You'd be surprised. Some of the
Once time
concoctions
was
he's
up,
done with
check it
steak
out.
have been
At
like
first glance, I thought the
mind-blowingly
pure
good.
Shilajit became a rock, but I was wrong. As you can clearly see, it does not matter how much I try. This is not coming out. Another
Just
thing
now
that
having your
really
coffee
hits
for the
you
day.
is
There
the
you go. There you
smell.
go.
It slightly reminds me of
Best part of the
medicine.
day,
If
best
you've
part of
ever
the day
walked
for
into
sure.
an Asian medicine store,
I got a
that is
second opinion
exactly
on my hernia, and I'm glad I did. I went to a hospital in the middle of downtown Seattle that deals with mostly trauma victims, and they repaired it and didn't even need the mesh. I had a hernia repair years ago myself. That was hernia repairs are an experience. Hernia repairs are an absolute experience. I was completely, and I mean completely bedridden for like 4 or 5 days on mine. It was bad. It was bad. I do not recommend it. I mean, if you need one, you need one, but whoo, try to avoid hernias. Lift with them knees if your knees work. I don't even have that advantage, but yeah, careful lifting stuff. You don't want to have to repair a hernia. It's no
what it
fun.
smells like.
Had a
Now,
hernia
let's be
repair in
real.
2016. That's around when I had mine, probably around 2014, 2015. Extremely painful when I did it, and it still bothers me to this day. The area they did it, I just have nonstop pressure right there. I don't know if the mesh didn't heal right or what they did, but yeah.
Whenever you consume
not a
Shilajit,
fun
you're supposed to
experience.
take very small.
I've been cut apart so many times by surgeons, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'd be so content never having surgery again, but, well, after today's news, I don't believe that's going to be an option.
Amounts. This is a little bit too much. So just like every dry-aged steak, cutting out the pellicle makes sense. And from the smell alone, I can tell you one thing. It did not matter how much I cut out. Once I was completely done, you can still smell the shilajit from a mile away. Next was the regular shilajit that you normally buy. But here's the thing though, they are exactly the same. Even though the other one seems stronger, this one smelled even more interesting. It wasn't like a medicine. It was more like walking into a candy store. If you ever had black licorice, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Like
and after removing most of the crust out, it didn't matter either. You could definitely tell this was not a regular steak. And lastly, the molasses. Now visually they look the same. This one, my friends, is very pleasant. Think of it as a wonderful smell of chocolate.
I'm curious.
Bread.
I don't know. I think this might be
visuals
good.
not
I think
look
this might
like
turn
it.
out
The
really,
smell
really
coming
good.
out of the steak is intoxicating.
Did you have mesh put in when you did it simple?
Way. And once I was done,
Did you just have a straight repair?
Check it out. This is exactly what they look like. Some I had to take more of the crust out, but as you can clearly see, it didn't matter. You can definitely tell these steaks went through something. And my biggest question now was about to be answered. What will they taste like? Is it going to be a pleasant experience, or will it be like medicine?
I don't know how curious I'd be to try it after finding out that there's cow urine mixed in there. That's probably not fantastic.
We're about to find out. And as you saw it there, I'm putting it against a fresh steak. Now the seasoning is quite important.
Yeah, botched surgeries are definitely a common
thing. I
thing.
went heavy with a generous amount of
so
salt,
many things can go wrong in
garlic
surgery.
powder. And I'll be honest with you.
You know how many people I've known of local around me that just how many people that went in for a very routine procedure and died on the operating table? Like, dude, surgeries can go wrong so fast. In my mind, there's no such thing as a routine, simple surgery. Anytime you're being put under and going under the knife, there is a risk. There's definitely a risk, man. No surgery is without that risk.
Reason why people risk their life for this ingredient.
How many people I've known around local here that like gallbladder, simple gallbladder surgery, or like hernia, or appendix removal, or knee replacement, or stuff like that, and died on the table.
While that was happening, it was perfect.
Shit can go wrong so fast. Surgery is no joke.
And if you love naan, this one just hits different. Surprisingly, it's quite simple and easy to make.
I was always a fan of naan bread. I mean, who am I kidding? I was a fan of every
Mix that
bread.
real well and let the whole thing activate for 5 minutes. Next, go ahead and grab some bread flour.
It's the only thing I've been missing lately. I've honestly been doing really, really good. No other construction. My bell button without mesh. Nice. Yeah, doing it without mesh is probably really, really good. The mesh, I'm telling you, I can feel the mesh in me to this day. I can tell exactly where it is. I can touch it. I can feel it. I know exactly where it is. It drives me insane. Unnecessary surgery too. Carnivores heal and no longer need intervention for many ailments. Yeah, sadly, that's not going to be the case for me. I received some very, very bad news today off an MRI. We're going to review it here after this video. I'm going to read the MRI results off to you guys just to let you know what's going on and keep you in the loop. And
yogurt, and that activated yeast water. Now mix everything well and go ahead and add some garlic butter. I'll mix it a little bit more. You don't have to knead it too
ended up getting recalled. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Anytime they're putting a foreign object into your body that's going to stay there for essentially the rest of your life, like, they got to be sure it's going to work right. But I don't think mine's wrong by any means, but maybe find another hospital. I can't do that. My insurance covers what it covers. My insurance covers what it covers. I can't pay out of pocket for anything, brother. I ain't got no money.
Once it's nicely mixed, cover the whole thing and wait 2 hours.
I am stuck to where my insurance tells me I can go.
Go ahead and open it up, lay it down on a cutting board, and you can see that it has fermented nicely. Now throw a little bit of bread flour right on top, open up the dough, cut it in 6 equal pieces.
I'm on the proverbial shit end of the stick here in many regards.
Just make sure to cover it with clinch plastic so it doesn't dry out. After about 30 minutes, go ahead and transfer one to a cutting board. Start by opening
just
it
hit 40 and this is already where I'm at, man. The future's not looking super perspective here.
Skillet. Now here's the cool thing about this. It doesn't take long at all to cook them. The beginning process is a little bit of work, but once that's done, they cook in just a few minutes. I like when mine get a little bit extra char. It just makes them more
That's not the NHS,
once you're done, brush
costs a whole lot of money to travel over there.
Followed by some parsley, and they are now ready to be served. If you've never had garlic naan made from scratch, do it, friends. It's an experience you must have at least once in in your life. Because now that this is ready, I think it's gonna pair up perfectly with today's steaks. Just remember what every one of them went through. And I just hope that they taste a lot better than they look. Because
I
now
wanna know how they
it is enough
taste.
talking, and it is time to cook them. So let's do it.
Tender.
Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Dowstrong. One of the most valuable things in Game of Thrones a house can own is actually not gold. It's the blade, something that represents the family, and it can be passed down from one by this insane experiment. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful
going on, Benny
feast.
Bob?
Gentlemen.
Welcome,
Okay,
welcome.
it smells delicious.
Google, I am hungry today, and we have
You've
some
been
juicy
deducted
looking
50
steaks.
social
Right,
credit
they all
points
look
for arriving
very,
late.
very good. You should be very skeptical about
Nah, I'm
today's
kidding.
video because this one is weird.
Why you gotta say it like that, Guga?
Because I never say
Ain't no
it.
social currency around here.
Google, you saw that we had too many good steaks lately, so you have to switch it up.
That's right. With all that being said, I ask for one thing,
Look at it this way, Benny. At least they call me tardy, but I'm always on time.
thing only, honesty. I want to know if it's good or not. All right, enough talking. We're going to start right here, please. All right, give me your true honest opinion on this one. I want to know.
Smells good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
I don't get it, Guga. You said you did something different. This is delicious.
what do you think, Felito?
Google, I just wish I had some naan bread to put this on. But this is great, it's juicy, super tender. You outdid yourself.
Honestly, Guga, that was really,
Control
really
steak
good.
for the W,
crust on
as
that
is tradition.
immaculate. Wow.
So here's what I have a theory. When you go to heaven, I think this is the first appetizer they give you, everybody, because I don't think there's anything else better in the world than steak. Do we agree?
Oh, 100%.
I do agree. I just wish I could savor it a little more because you told me that this experiment is not good.
I got so excited about the control, I forgot about the rest. But maybe it's gonna be good. Let's find out now.
Nah,
Let's
don't
go.
lie to me, Guga.
All right, well, give me your honest opinion over here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Honestly, wow, that's really good,
That
Guga.
is amazing, everybody.
I mean, Google, you said it was gonna get worse, but this is really good.
It is very, very good. Wow.
The initial bite was slightly sweet, but now I'm getting the savoriness off of it.
Yeah, it's like a umami, and it's extremely savory, and I think you guys know the reason why. It's because I did that, because if I didn't do that specific step, I think it would have been too much. What do you think? You like it?
Honestly, already better than the control.
Really?
I think so. It's extra
Interesting.
beefy,
Who
extra
would've known
savory, like
molasses
Sebastian
on
said.
steak
This is
being
just a
good?
better steak.
Wow. How about you? How do you feel about it?
No, honestly, I agree with Felito. I'm surprised. Why did you have to cut it so small?
There's a reason why I had to cut some stuff out. Honest question. Is that better than the control for you?
At the moment, yes.
Wow, I have to agree as well, everybody. Now, I would have thought that this would bring some sweetness because, believe it or not, I did it with molasses.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay. I did get that initial sweetness, but
Yeah,
other than that,
but it's not at all. It's not overpoweringly sweet whatsoever. You feel a little bit of sweetness, but then right away savoriness, juiciness. It is an incredible steak.
no, yeah,
everybody.
you still feel that steak, you know, that beef.
Well, next one might be different. Let's go for it, please. Dig in. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. It smells like earthy in a sense.
I will say this. You probably
Got a
seen
stank
this
to
on
it is what he
TikTok.
means.
On TikTok,
On TikTok.
I've seen a lot of things on TikTok, Google.
I know, that's not a good point, right? So I want to know your honest opinion because there's a lot of claims to this specific ingredient.
I'd be interested to see
I
how
don't
much it
care
changed the
about if it's
composition
true, if
macros
it's
in the
not
steak.
true.
I'd be
We're
super
here to
curious
find
too.
out if it's
I
going
really
to
don't feel like it would
include
change
steaks
it
or not.
that
You guys ready
much.
for it?
I guess.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's different.
It is
Very
different.
different.
Not horrible at all.
It's pretty mild, but the smell is very
Oh, the smell's
is
powerful.
intense. Yeah.
It's not good, Google.
Felito does not approve.
No. I mean, Google, compared to the last two, the texture is a little bit more grainy. Whatever you use definitely did something to the texture of the steak, but the taste is so weird. I really don't know how to describe
I
it.
think that's
It's
really what you're going to
difficult. How
get
about
is
you? Can you
more of an
describe
effect
something?
Honestly,
on the
Google,
texture
initial
and
taste was
consistency of the
alright.
steak
The more
overall,
I
like
chew
versus the
and bit
overall
into it,
macros.
it's not the one to go for.
I will say
I have
this.
to
It's
see.
almost chemical.
Okay, I could see that like a medicine.
Like a medicine chemically. It's not a very pleasant steak.
Looking at it right now, pure Himalayan Shilajit resin has virtually zero meaningful macronutrients or calories per standard serving. Typically a 300 milligram rice to pea size drop. It is not a food source of protein, fat, or carbs, but rather a dense mineral and organic compound matrix. Calories 0 to 5 per serving. Protein 0, fat 0, carbs 0. So yeah, it's really not going to affect the macros too much.
As a matter of fact, I wanted to wash it off.
Yeah, please. Oh, and they're big too.
I have a lot more to say, but we got one more to try. But maybe we should wash it off. Give me your honest opinion on my naan. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
Nice and pillowy.
it's pillowy, it's chewy, garlicky. What do you think, Felipe? You good? You normally don't eat carbs. What happened?
I definitely have to cleanse my palate with that. Guga, it's nice, it's soft, but that garlic butter on top, it takes it all the way. All I need is some more
Garlic
steak.
butter for
Talking
the
about
win.
that. You ready, Sebastian, for the last one?
Now I'm ready.
So
If
this
there's one thing
is
I found in
different
this
than the
world, so you
previous
can
steak
never
because
go
the
wrong with
previous
garlic
one
butter.
was more of diluted ingredient. This one is a more powerful and solid ingredient.
Straight from the source.
Straight from the source.
That's not a good
Of the
sign.
Himalayas mountain, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
it's the same smell, but even more intense.
very powerful, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is juicy though,
It
but I'm not excited for this juicy.
Well, let's see how it tastes. Give me your honest opinion. Let's go for it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, uh-oh.
It's sour, bro.
It's not good, everybody. It's not good. Let me get myself back together to see how I can possibly explain this. I had to get a piece of naan to wash it off.
No, I have to too. It got me a little nauseous, actually.
Why do you have to do this to us? It's that same like weird chemically, maybe herbal kind of flavor. Push good. There's no limit to where this is. This is gone.
Yeah, this
That's a
went to
broad
another
spectrum right
dimension.
there.
There's no steak there anymore.
No, it's no steak at all. There's no flavor. There's nothing
No,
enjoyable.
there's flavor.
Oh, yeah,
There's
but not
flavor.
good.
Yeah, not steak flavor.
So this ingredient is called shilajit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Are you talking about like the healthy?
Black thing.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So that's what it tastes like.
It's not good, everybody.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is not good on a steak.
All right, well, that was our Google for the day. Watch the food experiment. All right, so plenty of people have been waiting for this. So for anyone not in the know, I have been having a lot of problems. I have severe issues with my knees. Been having a lot of issues with the right one lately. Things have gotten a lot worse here in the last couple weeks. Really been favoring it. That's a large reason why my videos have reduced and everything else is just I've really kind of been beside myself here with how bad my knee's getting. I had an MRI yesterday and the results came in today. So I'm going to read off the results of this MRI scan and let you guys know where I'm at, what I'm looking at. I have not spoken to the doctor yet. I have not spoken to my orthopedic guy. All I can do is see the results of the scan. Here we go. Tricompartmental arthrosis with degenerative tearing of the medial and lateral menisci. Medial meniscus, degeneration of the body and mild superior articular surface tearing of the posterior horn. Medial compartment cartilage, diffuse grade 3 chondromalacia along with central weight-bearing medial compartment with small marginal osteophytes. Medial collateral ligament intact. Lateral meniscus, extensive radial tearing of the body and posterior horn which appear markedly diminutive. Lateral compartment cartilage. Near complete cartilage loss along the central and posterior weight-bearing lateral compartment, small marginal osteophytes. That first part being the bad one. Near complete cartilage loss along the central and posterior weight-bearing. It's bad. It's bad. Extensor mechanism intact. Patellofemoral compartment cartilage. Diffuse grade 3 chondromalacia with subchondral signal change. I have no idea what that means, but that sure doesn't sound good. Cruciate ligaments intact, moderate percruciate effusion. No idea what that means. Osseous structures, no fracture, stress reaction, or osseous lesions seen. Fluid, small joint effusion, no Baker's cyst. But yeah, near complete cartilage loss along the central and posterior weight-bearing lateral compartment. I have not talked to my surgeon yet, my orthopedic surgeon, my ortho guy. Not talked to him yet, but this is bad, guys. This is really, really bad. Really bad. I've been feeling it. The last couple weeks, I was hoping the scan wasn't going to be bad. They did my right knee. We MRI'd my right knee last year, and everything looked pretty good. Minor arthritis starting, behind the kneecap, and now less than a year later, the knee's completely destroyed. I don't know what's happening to me. I don't believe this is purely from the weight. I believe a large part of this is from the Lyme disease. Trying not to get super emotional right now, but this is hitting me like a truck. This is hitting me like a truck today. This, honestly, really feels like game over in a lot of regards. Right along the cusp of everything that's going on with the weight loss and how much I feel like I've been gaining my life back. This is literally, I don't know how to handle this news. I don't. Goggins got no cartilage. Yeah. I mean, they can say that all they want, dude. They can say that all they want. Doesn't matter. The guys weigh fucking, each of them weighs what, 138 pounds soaking wet. What's it matter for them? Me at a healthy weight is still going to be almost 300 pounds probably. Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to get down about it, but this is extremely bad news. I can feel it right now, just shifting my knee around under the desk. I can feel it like just tearing apart. It's literally just pulling apart. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do about it, but I feel like once I talk to the doctor/surgeon, I'm gonna be getting some really bad news here soon. Really bad news, and it cannot come at a worse time. This absolutely cannot come at a worse time because I am currently trying to return to the workforce. I took a bunch of time off to lose the weight. That is now over. I am aggressively campaigning to get back into the workforce, and more than likely, I mean, bare minimum, there's no way I'm not looking at bare minimum surgery here. Bare minimum, there's no way this isn't surgery at least, if not a full replacement, which, again, to me, we've talked about this numerous times, but a full knee replacement's life over in my eyes. Make a video for the comparison? Dude, I honestly haven't even cared about making videos in like 2 weeks. I've been, this knee thing has got me so shook up, dude. Like, I haven't been making videos for shit. I have a whole list of videos I should be making right now, but I'm not. I'm just sitting here staring at a wall because my knee's gone. And I quite seriously don't know how to handle the situation. I don't know how to cope with this situation mentally. My left knee is getting worse by the day as well. So it's having to take over for the right one with a lot of the load. Hips are getting bad. Elbows are getting bad. Wrists are getting bad. Shoulders are getting bad. Neck's getting bad. Low back's getting bad. I feel worse now. I've lost 167 pounds. I feel worse now than when I weighed 562 pounds. I do. I feel worse. I don't get it. Things should be getting better, but they're not. And again, I don't know. I just don't know how to cope with this stuff. Resets your body in 3 days. Max German has an interesting video. We'll check out some Max German stuff.
Fasting is one of the most...
Yeah, it's just going to be a fasting video, which I do need to get back on top of. More stuff on fasting coming up. I'm going to take a minute to collect myself here. I will be right back. Had to walk it off for a minute there. Had to walk it off for a minute there. Oh, I've already been doing injections for a year and a half. The injections do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. Don't know. This truly feels like game over though. I mean, I'm never gonna be able to do anything again. Never gonna be able to run again. Never gonna be able to jump again. Never gonna be able to work on stuff around my house again. Barely gonna be able to drive. Like, I don't know. Feels like life over to me. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer today, but this is just this is the news I woke up to. This is the news I woke up to. I know a lot of you guys were interested in it,
Fasting is one
so
of the
we
most
shared that.
debated
Let's check
topics
out some
amongst the
Max
health
German and just
community.
forget about
Some
the knee
say
for
it
now
triggers
because
deep fat burning
I'm going
and
to have a
cell
mental
repair at
breakdown
a
if
level
I just
so
sit here and
high
keep
that
thinking
the
about it.
man who discovered this benefit won a Nobel Prize for it. Whereas others will say that these benefits are largely overstated. So then, who's actually right?
Oh
Well,
yeah,
today,
I'm
we are
trying,
going to
Carol.
look at-
I'm trying. I literally everything I do every day, 24 hours a day, everything I do right now is to regain my health. But I just found out that I won't be able to do that. That the things I'm trying to gain back are now completely unobtainable, and it's a lot.
The science to see what
It's a lot
really
to take
happens
in. It's a lot to
inside your body
process.
when you stop eating for 72 hours.
I don't know.
Let's
I don't know how to
first look
describe
at
it.
how much body fat you'll actually
I
burn
just feel-
over these
I feel
3 days.
broken.
In a study published in the American Journal of Physiology, researchers took 6 people and had them fast for 72 hours straight. They tracked exactly how much fat their body was releasing during these 72 hours. At the 12-hour mark, the participants
This will be
were releasing
this will be a really interesting graph to see because I am going to start getting back into fasting this week. I am going to do some more fasting, probably going to start with a 24 to a 36 this week. I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start tomorrow morning and go for, well, no, I guess that would be my normal fast. I might just start from today, to be honest with you. That'll give me what? 24 will be noon to 12, 36. That'd be closer to a 48. I don't know. I'm gonna do a fast tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna eat though, is the weird part. I don't know when to eat tomorrow. Because technically, if I just wait and eat till noon, my normal eating schedule is noon right now. I eat one meal at noon, and that's it for the day. Although OMAD's been really hard to stay consistent with right now. I get full so fast when I'm trying to do OMAD that I really can't even make it through the meal. It's rough. That's like, I have indigestion right now from like eating so much food in one go. Good news, you're an inspiration, make every day better. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try. I'm not giving up by any means, but this is devastating news. I mean, this is truly devastating news because everything I'm working towards is now unattainable. I can lose the weight. It's not a problem. I already know I'm going to lose the weight, but without a knee, you're nothing. Without knees, you're nothing.
8
You have
grams of fat
nothing.
per hour, which is equivalent to 0.42 pounds of fat per day.
Helping my parents out, doing stuff for my parents. They're getting old. They need help. Can't do that. Barely do stuff for myself. It's going to affect my gym routines. All my gym routines are going to be screwed now from this. Like, we're still going to win it on the diet side. I'm still going to win it on the diet side, but man, this is...
Well, considering this is a
It's just
full
bad.
12 hours without them eating, this may seem like a small amount, but there is a reason for this. For your body to start
another
burning
hour, I
fat,
gotta
one very important step
review this
must
information
occur.
again
You
with my
see,
wife.
when you eat a meal,
She gets to
this
find out
food
'cause she's
travels
been
down
asleep all
through
day.
your digestive system. Once it reaches your intestines, your body starts converting some of it into sugars. These sugars are then absorbed through the walls of the small intestine and travel directly into your bloodstream. This causes your blood sugar levels to rise. Now, your body certainly doesn't want the sugar hanging around your bloodstream. When there is too much sugar in your blood, it starts sticking to the outside of your cells. This is called glycation.
Which I
and
would
it's an
say
incredibly
is true for
inflammatory
everything
process that results
outside
in
of joints.
inflammation.
Though. I'd say that's true for everything outside of joints, dude. Joints, they're done. You're done. They'll just cut it out and put metal in. So you handicapped people who work upper body, but yeah, I mean, the joint stuff is spreading though. This is going to be every joint in my body soon. It's going to spread to every joint in my body, so I can already feel it. The left knee's already going. My hips are going. My lower back is going. My upper back's starting to be painful. My shoulders, my elbows, my wrists, my neck, everything hurts now. Everything. Whatever is happening to me is spreading to my joints aggressively, and I don't think it can be
Damaged
stopped.
blood vessels and rapid aging.
People have gotten better from underneath insurmountable odds, but joints, I've never seen it happen. I know a lot of people have had joint replacements and none of them have done good. None of them. Not one. Ruin their life. Joint replacements take your pain away. Joint replacements take your pain away. That's all they do. They don't give you the stability you need. They don't give you the ability to pivot like you need, to hold your leg like you need, bend your leg like you need, do what you need, climb, run, fucking sprint. All that's just gone.
So to get the sugar out of your bloodstream,
and what is life
without
that?
Directly into
What
your
is life
cells,
without any
so
of those
it can be
things?
used for energy. However,
no
sugar,
life at all.
it can't just get into a cell by itself. It needs some help. For that, it relies on a hormone called insulin. When your blood sugar rises, it releases another hormone called insulin.
Oh,
When
Max
insulin
German's
binds
stepping
to a
up his
cell,
AI
it
animations,
signals for
though. Gotta
that
give him
cell to
credit for
take in
that.
sugar. And here's the crazy thing about insulin.
Man,
when
changed the hair,
elevated,
too.
It actually
Definitely
locks your
changed the
fat
hair.
cells shut. High levels of insulin directly block an enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase, which is the enzyme responsible
So
for
it feels
breaking
way
your
better,
stored
yeah.
fat down and releasing it into your bloodstream to be burned for energy.
I see
so
all,
while insulin
all these
stays
things
high,
about carnivore
your fat
fixing
stays in
people
large
and
part
this and
locked
that
away.
and fasting
At
and
the
other
12-hour
thing
mark,
done
insulin
work
was
for
still
me.
sitting at its highest
down
level
that
of
road
the
for
entire
almost a year.
fast, which is exactly
Sure,
why
it's a blessing you
fat
lost
release
all the
was
weight
still
and you gotta
very
keep
low
going.
at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. No,
But
I
from
mean, like,
here,
the weight is what it is. The weight loss is going to happen one way or another, but I mean, for me, the big goal of the weight loss was to be able to do all the things I love again. Without a knee, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because everything I love and everything that brings me joy involves my knees.
insulin starts to drop rapidly. By the 24-hour mark, a full
Tough spot.
70% of the total insulin decline they'd see across the whole 3-day fast had already occurred, since insulin was now much lower. At this point, fat burn had increased to 13 grams per hour, which equals 0.69 pounds per day. Throughout the fast, as insulin levels decreased further,
That's
fat burn
solid
rose to
fat burn.
16 grams
0.69
per hour
pounds a day
by
is
the
fucking
72-hour
gnarly.
mark, which equals 0.8 pounds of fat per day, which is exactly what you'd expect it to be. The average person burns the equivalent of roughly half a pound to 3/4 of a pound of fat worth of energy per day, just for basic functions in order to stay alive.
Yep.
This includes keeping your heart pumping, your brain running, your organs working, and your body temperature at its baseline
Resting
level. But this
metabolic
energy
rate
usually comes
is
from
what
the
that
food
is
you eat,
called.
so your body typically never releases anywhere near
Resting
that amount of stored
metabolic
body fat.
rate.
So if you were to stop eating for 3 days, depending on how much you weigh, even if you didn't do a considerable amount of movement, you can expect to burn roughly 0.42 to 0.69 pounds of fat on day 1, 0.69 to 0.85 pounds on day 2, and a steady 0.85 pounds on day 3. So for the average person, this is roughly 2.5
Look at that big old
pounds of
globule.
total
That's
body
just what
fat
my whole
gone
body
in
looks
just
like.
72
That's my
hours.
whole body
Now,
right
obviously,
there.
this depends on a number of things.
I
such
am
as
not
body
even a
weight.
human
so if you're
being. I'm a
lighter, it's probably a
gelatinous
little bit
life
less than
form.
this. And if you're super heavy, it's going to take a lot more energy to perform these bodily functions, so it may be a lot more than this. That is a massive amount of fat to lose in only 72 hours. But fat loss is certainly not the only incredible thing that will happen to your body during these 72 hours. When you stop eating, your body also activates deep cell repair. This process is so fundamental to health that in 2016,
Last time I did a
Japanese
3-day
scientist named
fast, I lost no weight at all. I've had a couple like that, Caroline. I've had a couple fasts where I didn't lose weight during them. I just maintained the whole time. It's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Your body's got to adjust and kind of work through whatever it's working through and go from there.
Yoshinori Oshumi was awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for working out the mechanisms behind how it functions. It's called autophagy. The word itself actually tells you exactly what it does. Auto means self, and phagy means to eat. So autophagy literally translates to self-eating. This may sound a bit alarming, but it is actually one of the most beneficial things your body can do. Think of it as your cell's internal cleanup and recycling crew. Over time, the inside of your cells fill up with junk, such as damaged proteins and worn-out components that no longer function properly. Autophagy is the process where the cell breaks all of that
Let the
down
diet
and
take
either
over. I mean, the
recycles
diet's
the
gonna
parts
have
into
to do all the
something useful,
carrying here pretty
or
quick.
clears them out entirely.
Diet's going to have
This
to do
keeps
it
your
all
cells
before
running
too
like
long
new.
because
And it
I don't
plays
know.
a
I mean, I
large
keep
role
heading
in
on the
keeping you
trajectory I'm
healthy
going to
and
be on.
protecting
I'm
against
going to be
disease as you
bedridden in a
age.
few months.
So how
This
much
keeps
of the
going.
cell repair do you get when you fast
So
for 72
carnivore
hours?
is going to have to
Well, the
carry
most recent
90%
study
of the
on this
job here.
topic was a 2025 study published in Neuroscience. In this
On a positive note, I'm almost back down to Friday's weigh-in. I was 2 pounds above, 2 pounds on the dot. I got 2 more pounds to lose, and I'll be back where I was at Friday's weigh-in last week. That's after gaining nearly 15 pounds over the weekend from drinking alcohol. I went back up to 409, so 14 and change. I went up 14 pounds and change. Saturday, just from drinking some alcohol. And that's almost gone, so we should potentially have an okay weigh-in for the week. Time will tell. Time will tell. Who knows if I'm going to be able to lose that 2 pounds by Friday? We'll see what happens. But on a positive note, most of that
study
14
they took
pounds
30
is gone. 12 of
healthy
it's gone
adults
already.
and randomly assigned them to either a control group who ate their normal food or a fasting mimicking diet group who ate a low-calorie, low-protein, low-sugar, high-fat formula for 5 days. This formula mimics the state the body's in when fasting. To measure autophagy, they took blood samples, pulled out immune cells, and then tested how those cells were clearing out their own waste. What they found was that by the end of the diet, the fasting mimicking group was clearing considerably more waste than the control group. The problem with this study, however,
If
and
I'm
for
in a
all
autophagy,
human
does
studies
that
on
make me a
fasting for that
cannibal?
matter,
I believe it does, Shepard. I believe it does. No, I'm getting close to what the body was made for, but I spent 20 years being this big. I'm the one that made this. See, that's the hardest part of the whole thing. That's the hardest part of the whole thing with the knees. Is if some crazy thing had happened, some ailment or disease that was out of my control did this to me, that's one thing. I think I'd be able to cope with that and live with that a lot better. But the fact of the matter is, the reason my knees and joints are this bad is because of me. I did this to myself. And now I gotta live trapped in my head with the same guy that did this to me. That's the hardest part of this whole thing. The person that made my life this fucking bad, this hard of a fight every day, I'm looking into a mirror for it.
is that measuring autophagy 100% accurate
Can't hurt
means
him
taking
without
tissue
hurting
samples
me.
directly from organs repeatedly. And in order to do this, you must use methods that, for ethical reasons, could never be done on humans. So human studies like
Zion Williamson, I don't know who Zion Williamson is. Is he a bodybuilder or something? His knees and ankle injuries? Yeah, dude, knees suck, man. Knees suck. We should literally, I mean, technologically, we should be at a point right now where we should be able to 3D print stem cells into cartilage. Doesn't seem too far outside the realms of possibility that we should be able to give people new cartilage at this point. Smooth the bones out, regraft new cartilage from 3D print or something. We're 3D printing meat. Why can't we 3D print new cartilage for people? Oh, because we have to bomb Iran and sell all the houses up to BlackRock, and those are the important fucking things. Those are the real important fucking things going on. Not healthcare. My simple gripe. Chunky, athletic NBA
like
player.
this one are stuck taking blood samples days apart. Now this gives you
Anytime
a great
you mention
picture on
sports
autophagy
balls
levels
players, I
before
have
and
no
after
idea who
fast.
they are. I don't
But
watch
unfortunately,
sports
you
at
can't
all.
really see the hour-by-hour
I
breakdown.
watch a
and
UFC
see
fight
when your
every now and then,
autophagy
that's
switch
about it.
actually turns on. So the only real takeaway we can get from studies like this is that come the end of them, autophagy does rise in humans to a notable degree. But to get an accurate timeline of when this rise occurs, we have to use another method. What's very interesting about autophagy is that, like fat burning, it is also blocked by high levels of insulin. Insulin switches on a nutrient-sensing protein inside of your cells called mTOR.
To quote
When
Dick
mTOR
Cheney,
is
yep.
active, the cell senses plenty of
Dude, the wildest part about Dick Cheney is that man was not in the Epstein files. Like, he just did all that for the love of the game. He literally did that for the love of the game. Wasn't even
coming
getting
in.
blackmailed for
So
it.
it powers
Nuts.
down the cleanup
Nuts.
crew, and autophagy gets put on hold.
Remember he killed
so
the
when
guy?
you stop eating and
Remember
insulin
he killed the
drops,
guy?
the
Just
cleaning
blew
crew
some dude's
finally
head
gets
off.
the
It was a
green light.
hunting accident,
In a
quote
2011
unquote.
study done on mice, published in the journal Autophagy, researchers tracked autophagy across the hours of a fast. They found that as insulin levels fell to their lowest, around the 24-hour mark, the markers of autophagy
Yeah,
ramped up.
Cheney was a big warmonger.
Now, obviously,
Cheney
we're
was a
not
big
mice,
time warmonger.
but we do share that same pathway, where high insulin keeps that mTOR switch flipped on, and therefore
Probably the
autophagy switched
two
off.
of the biggest
Based
war
on all
dogs
evidence,
were
it's very likely
Cheney
that for
and
us
what's the one
humans,
that just
because
died
insulin
recently?
blocks both fat burning and autophagy.
The other one that died
the
recently was
timeline
like
for
one of the
rate
biggest
autophagy after
war
you've stopped
advocates
eating
that ever
is very
existed.
similar to that of fat burning. The cool thing
forget
about
his
this
name.
is that for a long time, scientists actually
Died
believed
recently.
that the brain sat this process out entirely. But then a 2010 study, also published in Autophagy, essentially overturned what everyone believed. Using a more sensitive method, researchers looked directly in the neurons of the brain. They found that the number of autophagosomes, which act like cleanup sacs, in certain
252 pounds. I'm now 154 after 4 years. No exercise as yet. Exercise, a rude word in my house. I'm just not feeling ready yet. Yeah, it's one of those things you got to wait till you're ready. You got to wait till you're ready because that's how you end up in a situation like I am with destroyed joints from trying to push things too far.
brain cells
when your
rose
body's
by
not ready
around
for
3
it,
to
but
4 times.
sounds like you're
And
very,
this was
very
only
successful
by the
without.
48-hour mark. Now again, obviously this is
Yeah,
mouse
John
data,
McCain was
so
a
it
big one
does
too.
have some
McCain was a
limitations.
big one.
But
Cheney
notice
was
the
up
same
there though.
pattern
You're
occurring every
definitely
time.
not wrong
Essentially,
on Cheney.
every benefit that comes from fasting is a result of low insulin.
You talk
Now, at
bombing
this point,
Iran,
we have
Cheney be
clearly
frothing at the
established
mouth.
that the two main benefits of fasting that most experts who promote it always talk about are very clearly true. However, to
Who's the
properly
one
judge,
that just
there are
died? There's
7
another senator or House representative that just died within the last couple months. That was like mega war pusher. Mega war pusher. I forget his name.
22-hour fast is a true
It wasn't
full-body
Mitch
reset.
McConnell, it
We
was
also
the
have
other
to
one.
look at the other side of the argument. There are two major negatives that the experts who are against fasting always bring up. The first is muscle loss, and the second is a spike in a hormone called cortisol, which is usually referred to as a stress hormone. So, are either of these claims actually true? Before we look at this, a quick word from the company that made today's video possible. Nearly all electrolyte brands use cheap salts contaminated with heavy metals, use extremely low quality ingredients in general, and also have poor dosages of each electrolyte, which actually end up making symptoms worse. This is why I have partnered up with
I know it was
today's
an old
sponsor,
white-haired man,
Saltar.
yeah.
What makes Saltar so great is their sourcing. The unflavored version is just as like these possible. Let's first look at muscle loss. Will fasting leave you looking like the average 2020 TikToker making dancing videos to the song Say So? Or is this claim
Lindsey Graham,
completely-
yeah. Lindsey Graham, that's the one. Yeah, Lindsey Graham loved war. Lindsey Graham wanted a piece of every war that was ever
overblown?
invented, man.
Well, in a 1988
Yeah,
study,
Lindsey Graham was the ultimate warmonger. However, on a crazy positive note about Lindsey Graham, the man's net worth was only like $1 million, so he wasn't trading inside trading at least. That's interesting.
published in the Journal
But you talk bombing the Middle East, man. Oh, you get that guy riled
of
right up,
Clinical
I'm sure.
Investigation, they found that at day 5, their 24-hour
Didn't
growth
matter. He
hormone
just
output
wanted war. War, Iraq, Iran, Ukraine. He was foaming at
had
the
risen
mouth
to
for
roughly
all of
2
them.
to 3 times higher than their baseline. This finding that growth hormone increases when fasting has been replicated by many studies.
Yep, Lindsey
How growth
Graham is
hormone works is
100%
that
right.
when released, it mobilizes a large quantity of fatty acids and turns these into an energy supply that acts as a potent protein sparer, meaning your body uses that fat for fuel instead of breaking down your own muscle.
Died
for
right
fuel.
after doing the
So
thing he
muscle
loved.
you've
He
already
did
got is
indeed. He did
protected.
indeed.
When it comes to preservation of muscle and muscle growth, growth
He
hormone
did
is almost
indeed.
too effective. When the gene for it is injected
Yep.
into mice,
Yes, he
they
did.
grow to twice their normal size, earning them the nickname super mice. Not the point, but kind of badass. And rather interestingly, there's another classic example of growth hormone being almost too effective. In recent times, bodybuilders have started to inject themselves with it as part of their anabolic stacks. Here's how this has created a problem. The problem this has created is that when you look at olden day bodybuilders who were not using this stuff, they have very aesthetic tapered physiques with large broad
All right, I know this is controversial with some folks, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When it comes to bodybuilding, I can only respect natty bodybuilders. You're not capable of that on your own. You're not. You're not capable of that on your own. You're not. No offense to anyone that may take steroids. I know we have a couple of them around here that do watch. A couple steroid users. More power to you. I don't mind, man. Your body, this is America. You do whatever you want. You want to roid up and get huge, more power to you. The only thing I can't stand, folks like this that try to claim they're natty. Like, come on.
broad shoulders and tiny waists. Whereas with modern bodybuilders, they certainly do still have the wide shoulders. However, many of them have developed a phenomenon known as bubble guts. In large part, this is because the very high quantity of growth hormone in their bodies causes their intestines to grow. It also happens to their feet and hands, which is a very crazy sight to look at. in large part due to this massive rise in growth hormone during a fast.
I've
There
never
is
understood
absolutely zero
wanting to do
data
roids.
anywhere that
Never
exists
understood it.
showing muscle loss will occur. Because growth hormone has many other benefits, such as faster tissue repair and recovery, stronger bones, and even healthier skin and collagen. This growth hormone increase is actually another major benefit of fasting. So the first negative claim about fasting is simply not true. But what about the rise in cortisol that it supposedly promotes? Well, in a 2023 study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism,
True
researchers had
facts.
participants
True
fast
facts.
for 10 days. They found that the average serum total cortisol had increased after a 10-day fast on average by around 13%, with the average level before the fast being 344.9 and after being 389.0 nanomoles per liter. So this claim does have some truth to it. However, this rise in cortisol is only a problem if you don't truly understand what it does. Cortisol is typically referred to as a stress hormone, and to some degree it is. Cortisol rises when you're
How
under
can you
stress,
get
and
what
chronically
is the
elevated
standard
cortisol is
test? How do you get tested for cortisol levels? Because honestly, mine have to be through the roof. How do you hold on, I'm looking how to test cortisol levels real quick. Stress hormone. Interesting. Mr. Olympia to me is the Who's just starved Jack, dude. Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. Yep.
certainly
I don't
something you
get
don't
it.
want.
I don't
but
get it
cortisol
one
is
bit.
also very important. For one, it's actually what wakes you up in the morning. It also helps regulate your blood sugar and keeps inflammation in check. It's a very
Most starved
multifaceted
Jack, dude. Yeah, I
complex
know what
hormone.
you're saying.
The
I know
reason
what you're
cortisol
saying.
rises when fasting is to keep your blood sugar stable. When no food is coming in, cortisol plays a role in helping mobilize stored fat for energy. So yes, it increases slightly, but that is for a good reason. Calling cortisol a stress hormone and just stating it as that without additional context is very misleading. It's the equivalent of saying that water is very dangerous because people drown every year, but then leaving out the part how without it you would die. Now, one thing that is important to note is that for leaner individuals who have less body fat to rely on, cortisol levels when fasting can rise higher than they would for someone who has a bit more body fat. This is because with less stored body fat to pull energy from, the body leans on cortisol harder to keep that blood sugar up. So if you are someone who is very lean and is doing lots of prolonged fasting, this may be something you do want to keep in mind. But for most
Doesn't affect me. I'm the fat guy in the picture
people
doing
who
the
simply
fasting.
just want to do a 72-hour fast from time to time, I would really not worry about it. This second problem with fasting, like the first one, is largely overblown. Anyways, now you know exactly what's going on inside your body over a 3-day fast. Now, for those of you who have watched my videos for a long time, you may have noticed that there's something different about today's video. So I guess I may as well just address the elephant in the room. Yes, guys, it's a different setup to usual. All right, I'm overseas, I'm traveling, so I couldn't use my own studio. If you're interested in learning how to keep your insulin levels low at all times,
Man,
and also
remove
how
the
to
broccoli
ensure
head
that your
and thought we
cortisol
wouldn't
levels
notice.
never go sky high, then you will find this video right here interesting. In it, I break down how to keep both your insulin and cortisol at the levels you want them to be. Once you know how to do this, you'll not only get all the great benefits we have discussed today at all times, but it will also result in you losing visceral fat, which is the dangerous type of fat that sits around your organs very fast. As always, great speaking with you. I'll see you next time.
Another excellent video by Max German. Man has some awesome videos. How did the MRI go? Terrible, Charlie. Terrible. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. It's destroyed. It is destroyed. We're about to end for the day, but if you do want to rewatch the VOD, I did a full breakdown of my knee. Did a full breakdown on the MRI scan, and unfortunately, not good. Not fantastic news. I have not talked to... Nah, dude. Nah. Just chill on that. But not fantastic news, but unfortunately, that's just kind of life. It be what it be, and I'll spend the rest of the day coping with it. Waiting to hear back from the actual doctor and surgeon to find out what the actual options are for what I got going on right now. I'm going to have to find out. Definitely going to have to find out. On that note, my friends, we are going to call it for the day. It's going to be a short little stream. I got to get some meal prep going for wifey for the night. I got to get my meal prep done for tomorrow. Again, I am going to be fasting into Friday. Have a drink? Nah, no drink. I did enough drinking on Saturday. I did enough drinking on Saturday to hold me over for a couple months. I gained 14 pounds on Saturday just from drinking alcohol. It's almost gone. I already lost 12 of it. But no, unfortunately for me, there's no such thing as one drink. I go have one drink, I'll be having 15 drinks tonight. So not good for anyone. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your hump day. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today. I will be live at Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. I have videos I need to be working on. As I kind of explained earlier, I'm just kind of so beside myself with the information on my knee here that I don't know. I'm kind of gummed up, and I don't know if there's going to be any videos this week. I'm just going to say that right now. Maybe I'll be back with the fire next week. I'll have my weigh-in Friday for sure, but outside of that, I don't know if I'm going to have a single video this week. I really don't know if I am or not. Got to deal with this. Got to find out some more information. I'll hopefully have some better stuff, better info on Friday about the knee. Hopefully I'll hear from the doctor in between then. We can kind of review what they say. Got everything crossed for you. The news ain't as dark as you think it may be. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Caroline. I'm hoping so. Thank you for the positive vibes. They really do help. Again, I didn't want to sound like too much of a Debbie Downer today, but this is a lot to take in. This is a lot of really rough information for me to take in. Realizing how bad the situation actually is, and I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Based off my last MRI like a year ago, I had no idea how bad this info was going to be this go around, but I digress. It is what it is. I got to keep pushing forward. I got to stay focused on the weight loss. So sadly, that means no drinking. All water? Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of water, Charlie. We'll be doing a lot of water. Sticking to my gallon a day, easy gallon a day. I probably had almost close to 2 gallons yesterday. Just flushing myself out. But stay hydrated, friends. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay well fed. I will be live Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Love y'all. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.